issue that affects each one of us, our lives. Our authorities, the ones that take taxes from us, promise us the moon. And they delivered craters. Look at these pictures. They are from Bengaluru in the middle of your screens. From Chennai on the extreme left. In Bengaluru, viewers, in one stretch, not more than 50 meters, there are 50 to 60 crater-sized potholes. This is not the surface of the moon. This is not some dramatic Photoshop picture of motorbikes and cars on the lunar surface. What you're seeing, viewers, are the pitted streets of Bengaluru. One of those streets, just one. There are many like this. And on the extreme right is actually the surface of the moon. You can't spot the difference. You'll be hard-pressed to tell the difference. Chennai, viewers, gaping hole, open, cars to go in, you pay your taxes, yet you're forced to watch your hard-earned money literally go down potholes. Such is the extent of civic apathy in India's IT hub, Bengaluru, that we can count 50 potholes on our screens. Every day there are gory accidents reported and lives lost due to this apathy. This comes with a price. The situation is no better in Chennai. SUV literally falling into a crater-sized stormwater drain left open. Do we deserve this? Should our lives be lost to apathy, corruption and zero accountability? That's the fundamental question. I want to sample. You must hear these facts. These civic corporations are swimming in funds from the state. But where is this money going? Here are a few facts. Chennai City Corporation, rupees 400 crores sanctioned for laying new roads. Rupees 147 crores sanctioned for laying new roads in 2021. Look at the money. 400 crores. Yet 520 lives lost due to potholes in the last 6 years alone. 260 incidents reported every year because of potholes. 55 deaths reported every year because of potholes. Yes, viewers, if so much money is being pumped in to keep the roads looking nice and smooth, how do they end up looking like the surface of the moon? Bengaluru's BBMP fares, let's have a look at those numbers. 20 lakh fund for each of the 198 wards. Just do the maths on that. 39.6 crore total allocation. Yet, 437 pothole complaints, 4,998 footpath complaints. This is all KSLA report to the High Court. I'm not making all this up. What's happening? What's happening? And viewers, do feel free to call in and fight for your right. Demand justice. And I want to go straight across to Vamana Acharya, spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP. I'm also joined by Imran, who's at that spot, that offensive stretch of road. Imran, there was an attempt to quickly tar it over, brush it all under the carpet, so to speak, with a thin layer of bitumen. What does that road look like right now?
Yeah, Rahul, they put some mud over it to save themselves some embarrassment and criticism from the public. And even though they have done a shoddy job, there's still a huge stretch of road where potholes are still there, invisible. We have been showing and highlighting that. Now, there is a blame game happening between agencies now. The BBMP said that though it belongs to BBMP, they have handed it over to BMRCL and they have not done the job. And the point is that just last month, they have the first week of last month, they had a meeting over this issue, but still it's 8th of June, the issue has not been resolved. Now, BBMP is saying that though the road belongs to them, it is the job, the maintenance of it belongs to BMRCL. The BMRCL say blaming instead on BBMP. Now, there are, despite several deadlines given by the High Court, what we get a document we have got shows that even more than 2,200 potholes are still need to be filled in Bengaluru, and that's the official data from the BBMP itself we have got. We went to the road since morning till evening. We reported that there has been a lot of commuters who took that road, said that it's a high corridor area, it's a high density area. A lot of people commute to that particular stretch of road, and they themselves narrating that how there have been frequent accidents on this particular stretch of area. And many
It's
people
literally,
have caused,
you are
inconvenience
dodging
because of
death.
the potholes. And several times
You are dodging death. Imagine, viewers, you go too close to a car, trying to avoid a pothole, you get knocked down. You go the other side, trying to avoid a pothole, you get knocked down by the car the other side. This is a dance of death that is playing out. You're sidestepping it every second. Imran, just stay on with me. I want to go across to Vamana Acharya, spokesperson of Karnataka BJP. Sir, you are so obsessed right now, Mr. Acharya, with trying to dig up history that you have forgotten. You have forgotten, sir, that you need to cover the potholes of your city because they are the ones that are claiming lives in the present day. Mr. Acharya, how do you respond to this? Who's going to pay for this apathy? Is there going to be some action? Is someone going to lose their job, or are you all going to just sort of say, bhai, let's put some mud over it and let's get on with life? Mr. Acharya.
I definitely take the responsibility of it because I know it's causing a lot of embarrassment to the government and a lot of trouble to the people there. But the special issue with Bangalore is it starts raining right in May. And by May, June, there's so much of rain already that maintaining good roads goes difficult. This is happening every year. I don't know why they do.
Sir, it rains a lot more in different parts of the world. There is also a monsoon in Southeast Asia.
I agree, but
yeah, so what is the difference, sir? I'll tell you what the difference is. There's corruption at the back of it, viewers.
They use substandard
material. They use substandard material. There's a documentation of it. Your money is siphoned off. They put tuna, not bitumen, literally speaking.
Rahul.
No.
Yes, Mr. Pai wants to come in. No, second. Let's get Mohandas Pai. He's a leading light of his capital. Yes.
Rahul, Vamana Acharya should be ashamed of himself for justifying it by blaming rain. It has been happening for the last 15 years. There is deep corruption in BBMP. BBMP has specialized in creating fake. All you know on record, the road would be a very good road, tarred every single year. They knock up the money. Contractors are told in the public that 30 to 40% bribes are being taken for government contracts. We have complained to the Chief Minister, we complained to Prime Minister Modi, we complained to B.L. Santosh, we complained to Amit Shah. They promise us they do something, not the Prime Minister in Delhi, but the Chief Minister others. We're not seeing it happening in the way it should. I mean, this is corruption at the highest level. The people responsible for this should be sacked. But you know something, Rahul? You know, the places are being sold. You know, official seats are being sold. You know, Rahul, when I applied for a building license for a house somewhere, you know, that's a 10 lakh bribe for me. And I had to call up a minister and tell him what the hell is happening. I know all the minister. I had to go to his house and tell him. And you know what this official is saying? We have purchased this position, we have paid money, and how do you expect us to recover the money if you don't pay us bribes? That's a sad state of affairs. And Vamana Acharya should be very ashamed of trying to justify and blaming rain. It is deep corruption. I call upon the Chief Minister to sack all these people responsible openly and to demonstrate to the citizens of this country, of the state,
Mr. Kalappa,
that he will not stand for corruption.
Let me bring in Mr. Kalappa. Mr. Kalappa today speaking as an advocate. He used to be a politician. He's no longer, at least publicly affiliated and officially affiliated with any political party. Mr. Kalappa, this is a perennial problem, isn't it?
No, I agree, Rahul. But the point is this, that monsoon hasn't even begun officially in Karnataka. And if the BJP or the central government or the state government is now blaming rains, I think it's wholly unfounded. That if you're going to blame the rains, blame it after the rains. Monsoon is between June and September, and officially June has just begun and rains haven't even begun in Bangalore owing to the monsoon. We have had some pre-monsoon showers, which we always have. And this kind of, the number of potholes, they are bizarre, it's mind-boggling. That, you know, this kind of apathy is being shown, one. And two is that the Chief Justice of Karnataka is repeatedly pulling up the administrator and the commissioner. And the last commissioner had to go because of this constant pulling up. But the point is this, that how much ever one is pulling up the commissioner or the administrator, there's nothing on the ground. and we find that, you know, the potholes continue and people are losing their lives. I think as far as to the best of my knowledge, 30 people have died officially because of the pothole condition. And if somebody doesn't lose their jobs, Rahul, then obviously this is not going to be taken seriously.
There is no accountability, viewers. No accountability. And this is not something that is happening just this year. I agree with you. No accountability. It's not just happening this year, viewers. Let me tell you. I want to show you a picture. This entire pothole sort of entrenched problem was even mocked. A very creative video was made in September 2019. You would think on the left, this is Neil Armstrong on the surface of the moon. This is not, viewers, Neil Armstrong. This is a Bengalurian who decided to don an astronaut suit and film this. Where? On the streets of Bangalore. Those are not craters, those are potholes. This has happened 3 years ago. 3 years. 30 months. Nothing has changed. And you know why? Because no one is punished. As Mohandas Pai says, there's entrenched corruption. And you know, Mr. Acharya, you use the word responsibility. I take responsibility. Sir, when responsibility is assumed by somebody, it is also accompanied by a punishment. It's not just good enough to say on national TV, yes, I take responsibility. It must have a consequence. If you really are feeling so ill at ease, you should resign as a spokesperson for having to defend the indefensible. You should resign. You should quit. But you won't do that. Everyone loves the kursi, the seat.
No, you need not worry. I have already resigned that post.
You resigned the post.
Yeah, I am no more a spokesperson of the BJP.
And why?
But still, I have been.
Why did you resign? Because of this? Because of this? No, Acharya Sahab, one second. You have been introduced as a spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP. So I want to ask you, when you resigned, what was the reason? Did you resign over this?
No, because I am more than 70, I have resigned already. Because I don't want to be there in politics.
So how are you taking responsibility? Vamana Acharya, how do you take responsibility? In what capacity were you then taking responsibility?
I'll be taking responsibility as a BJP worker and I still have good relations with most of the MLAs and ministers here at Bangalore.
So then why don't you resign your primary membership of the BJP since you yourself are saying that it is failing the people?
Definitely, I agree to what you have been saying.
Well, sir, clearly, as I said, people like the status. People like the status. We will be BJP netas. We will be BJP netas. No, Vaman Saab, please listen to me. Look, I'm not trying to bully you here. You're the last person I should be bullying. You obviously don't even have much of a stake anymore. But the point is, sir, you need to have people taking onus and responsibility. So I'm asking you, Vamana Acharya, put a hand on your heart. Who should take responsibility? Who should take onus and resign? Give me a name from your administration. Who should do it?
Presently, there is no elected governance at Bangalore Municipal Corporation, BBMP.
Okay, so it only should be at the municipal corporation level, even though, viewers, lives are being lost. Lives are being lost.
Yes, there have been some deaths in the past.
Not some deaths. Should I give you the statistics, sir? You'll be shocked to know. You'll be shocked to know, sir, the statistics. And let me read them out to you because, you see, sir, this is a travesty. This is a major travesty, and I have with me an entire list. Here, the entire table is here. It's a long list, sir. 13 lives lost. And it goes on and on. I mean, these are just 13 lives have been lost. This is February 2022 because of potholes in BBMP limits in the last 5 years, while the Civic agency spent more than 215 crore during the same period to fix the problem. 7 of the 13 deaths occurred in 2021, while 2020 saw 3 fatalities, according to Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai's recent written response in the Legislative Council. Chief Minister has no problems consigning people to their deaths by doing very little to fix the problem. But he will be first to give the statistics, as if there is some badge of honor. It's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. It's a scandal, viewers. I leave it at this. I leave it at this.